aged his voice 10 years just to sing that part. It was wild. All right, today I'm checking out Orville Peck. I'm listening to Kalahari Down. Let's get into it.
I was born in the Badlands, honey, strange place for a boy to drown. Spend my days on a mountain, baby, 12 miles north of Sophia town. You've been gone away, I've been riding around, running out the days, writing out a song on my daddy's guitar. Did you find your way, skip another town? Said I couldn't stay, but it's different now. Yippee-ki-yay, I'm always down for hanging around. Left to borrow, gone tomorrow. Maybe there ain't a trail to follow. Better off alone if you ask me. Travel lucky, Kawasaki. Maybe next time I'll take you with me, and I'm still hear the sound. The wind come up, Kalahari down, Kalahari down. Polishing your whip, never drove it far.
See, his vocal style is just so timeless. It's also ageless, but not like he could be any age. It's ageless, but I think he sounds older than he is. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? Adult, ageless, timeless. You couldn't pin this down to a decade. Like, you guys know all about him, so you could. First time listening, like, it's not my first time hearing Orville Peck, but if it was, if someone's listening for the first time, you would not know what decade his music was from. I should have asked my mom when she was in town, what decade do you think this is from? But yeah, to me, it actually sounds a little more old school, but the music itself and everything sounds modern. The audio quality, modern, but he has such an interesting voice. When he said the Sophia town, that part specifically, his regular voice is kind of elevated in age, right? But that part specifically, if you rewind and go to it, that part, I think he aged his voice 10 years just to sing that part. It was wild.
Polishing your whip, never drove it far. Circling the felt, spitting in the jar. On your daddy's farm, you say you're afraid. Tell me not to frown. Play a song, you dance around. Yippee-ki-yay, we'd hit the ground. Still tumbling down, what do I know? Bunch of sorrow, promises of a desperado. Rusty sky, I feel the breeze. Where do we go? Mendocino. Maybe someday you'll get to see all the places that to reach. raising sand on the setting sun. Keep an eye on that dusty highway. Tell my mother I'm nearly done. And I still hear the sound. Wind come up Kalahari down, Kalahari down.
See, his voice got really emotional, and he toned it down a little bit when he got to the part about his mother and still hearing the sound. The last bit, the last chunk of lyrics, completely different emotion. Earlier in the song, oh, okay, here's the Sophia Town part. Let's see. Sometimes you hear something, right? First time, then you go back and it sounds different the second time. But no, he was sounding like a real grown man on this part.
12 miles north of Sophia Town.
Sophia Town. To me, that just sounds so different. And he did that again later in the song. Now, I think this Kalahari Town, he's reminiscing about his childhood, right? That's why he could still hear the sound and thinking about his mom and all the other stuff he said in this song, which I can read, right? I can read. I read it all. Slower song, a lot of space between the lyrics. And you guys know I don't retain information forever. That's one of my superpowers, actually. That's how I got through school. Just remember for a short time, don't retain it. Now my brain's empty. Now I can remember everything else for the next semester. But that's kind of how my brain works. So the slower songs, it can be hard to remember everything and put it all together. But I think he's reminiscing about his childhood, and he probably grew up in Kalahari or something.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. Who to go? She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know.